All the tech stocks, be it Wipro, LTI, Infosys, all of them have come to support the market today. But on the other hand, capital market related stocks like be it Angel One, BSE, MCX, all of them have taken quite a bit of beating in today's market. And obviously, the first of the month we'll have the auto sales data for the month of February, and all the auto sector has been reacting to it throughout the day. So we're going to discuss all of that in detail in today's video. Hey guys, welcome to Goodwill's post-market report. And obviously the major news of the day was the IT stocks. As you can see on the screen, LTI mined up 4,000, actually up almost about 4%, trading at around 4,800. Infosys up about 1.5%, Wipro up about 2.1%. And the major rally in all the IT stocks comes after a huge drawdown in all these stocks for the past few days when FIIs were selling, and there was a lot of bad news related to the IT, right? Even a DeepSeek, China coming up with the DeepSeek affected Indian IT stocks a lot. But now after all this fuss, clearly the IT stocks looks like they have come to a halting session where they're actually going up from their support zones. So basically, as you can see on the screen, IT Nifty, right, you can see it has taken a very sharp decline over the last few months, and today's support from the market actually comes as a very good news. So next off, the major news of the day was actually the capital related stock, be it Angel One down about 9%, as you can see on the screen. MCX down about 5.4%, trading closed at around 4,700 for the day, and BSE Limited also down about 6%, almost 5.83%. Close the markets around 4,300 rupees. So clearly, as we can see, a very sharp decline in the capital related mask. These are stocks that are actually related to the stock market, and they are taking quite a bit of beating. And for this, there are two major reasons. Guys, see, who comes and invests in the stock market when there is some sort of a global war or something like that is going on? For example, we have been able to see that in the United States and Ukraine situation, where there are some tensions that are being raised up in the world. And obviously, when something like that is happening, no one will come to stock market and invest. They'll go to something like a stable source of income like gold or government related bonds. So clearly, this is a bad news for companies that are trading, they're actually performing in the stock market sector, because obviously people will not come and put their money in the stock market. And the second main reason is obviously the FII selling, which I've been telling every day in all my videos. FIIs have been selling very heavily, very sharply. I think they closed the month of February also in a very huge, above 50,000+ crores sold. So clearly that is not at all a good news. And as a result of that, we're able to see that impact on the stock market related shares, because clearly some people are taking their money out, and this will actually also bring a little bit of fear in the common people, retail investors who actually put their SIP, right? They'll obviously stop their SIP because seeing all these red days every day, they'll also be scared bhai kya ho raha hai, and they will stop their SIP or stop investing, which will clearly have an impact on all these capital related stocks. And that is what we have been able to see. So clearly we will have to wait for these stocks to come to their reliable support zones, and basically come to a valuation where it is very attractive for investors to come back. So next off, the major news of the day is in the auto sector. As we all know, first of every month we get the auto sales data, right? First of every month. But again, first and second were a holiday, so third we have been able to see the reaction in the auto sector for the data of the month of February. So now here's a very mixed reaction, because almost all the auto sectors have done quite well, I would say, except for actually Ashok Leyland. As you can see on the screen, actually they have sold about 17,900 units for the month of February. Compared to the last 2024, it's only like a 2% growth, which is not that great. But then even domestic sales are actually down about 4% if you compare it with the last year. And companies medium and heavy commercial vehicle sold is also actually almost flat. Everything is either down or flat compared to the last year, that is 2024. So clearly we have been able to see a bit of a bearishness in Ashok Leyland, closed I think about close about 1.5%, 1.8% down for the day. But then there's a very good news about TVS Motors up, as you can see, up about 4 to 5%. Isha Motors up about 2 to 3% today. So if you look at the real numbers, TVS sales data, which is really good today in today's market, actually registered a good growth year on year basis. As you can see, their sales have grown 10% apparently to at 4.03 lakh units sold just in the month of February. That's a huge number. And also there's a 34% surge in the electric EV cycle. In the EV segment also there's a huge growth. 34% is a huge growth. And even in the export also they have made a 26% jump. So clearly that is very good for the company. As you can see, as a result of that, you can see that 4.79% for the day. Clearly a very deserved top gainer for the day, right? And then next off, Isha Motor actually also did well, up about 2.9 to 3% for the day. If you look at it, sales have climbed about 9% compared to 2024. That is year on year basis, there is a 9% growth. And domestic sales has also increased to 6.2% at 7,000 units for the month of February. And total exports actually has surged 74%. Looks like a very big number, but if you look at how many units they have sold, I think they've sold about 552 units. So clearly there's a base effect going on, but clearly increase. So clearly that is probably one of the reason why Isha Motors has gone up today. And the motorcycle sales for the February 25th, because obviously as we all know, Isha Motors sells Royal Enfield, they own that brand, and clearly they have sold about 90,670 bikes in the month of February. That's a huge number, which is actually 19% higher if you compare it with the last year. And obviously they have come out with a new model of Himalayan, right? So clearly that must be selling really nicely. So next off, Mahindra and Mahindra actually even that closed in a green today, I suppose, right? As you can see on the screen, closed about was up about 2% in the morning, but then closed around 1% with a 1% gain. As you can see, Mahindra and Mahindra has also reported 14.8% growth in the automobile sales at 83,700 units for the month of February. That's huge. And PV sales, that is passenger vehicle, is also up about 19%. And export also has doubled, 100% increase in the exports up to at 3,060 units for the year. That is also very huge. So clearly auto sector has done really nicely in the month of February. And this comes as a surprise to me because we have had a couple of festive season and then a new year where a lot of people bought new vehicles. And despite that, in the month of February, we have been able to see a very healthy growth. So that is a very great news. I think clearly these companies are doing well in the market. The overall market is, I think, very positive for these companies. So clearly, it's a very good news about the auto sector. And that's it for today, guys. If you really like this video, please do subscribe to the channel, where we'll actually come up with very interesting news about what is exactly happening in the market on a daily basis. Thank you. If you're a trader following market calls and tips for day trading, use our tool RNT, Research and Trade. All you have to do is link RNT to your trading account, then just sit and relax. Turn trading into business at app.gwcindia.live. Check out description for more details.
Disclaimer: investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.